Hi, everyone. This is our week 6 discussion on postmodernism and social construction. My name is Amelia. We have Jingshuan, Natalia, and Christia to discuss the topic this week. Um, for First off, for postmodernism, it was pretty much a response to modernism approaches in therapy, which we've learned in like the last in our last theories class, which was more structured in a sense, um, like MRI, Milan therapy. Um, it seems to me to be more client focused rather than model focused, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think like what you mentioned, like postmodernism is more client focused, and modernism is more like therapist as the expert and as the lead. But now for the postmodernism is more focusing on subjective truth instead of objective truth or universal truth. So I think it will be like more empathetic, how like equipping therapists to understand like clients, they all come from different background, and then they may learn things or view same things in different ways. So yeah, I think it's very flexible way to approach clients' unique stories without like thinking, oh, there's like so um, strict truths that they believe, but actually it's very accepting and flexible.
Mhm. That reminds me of where in the lecture she was saying that it's very um like we take from different models a lot of the time instead of being more of the purist where you're just in one specific model. And also it's like more it makes it also more collaborative with the client themselves
Mhm.
instead of like how you said the therapist is the expert. It said it's more like we're feeding off of each other with the client.
Yeah, I think that it empowers the client, right? To have, in a sense, I see it as like control of your own therapy journey, right? Or your own healing and the work that you're doing. I feel like it's more flexible like that, right? Like it's not this hierarchy as like the therapist is supposed to know everything and we're just there, the client is just there, right? To like learn from them. I feel like with this one, it's more interactive. I like the fact that, it's ignoring kind of like those norms that you would follow with like just following a strict model, right? That may not work for the client.
Mhm.
It's more collaborative
Yeah.
between the
Yeah.
client and the therapist for sure.
Which will improve treatment, right? In quality.
Because
Mhm.
you need that client buy-in, of course. And sometimes clients don't really adhere to like the specific models that we have learned before. Sometimes it doesn't apply to them or they don't understand it, so it's a little bit harder for them to grasp in that
I
sense.
also like it because it gets like my brain out of like fix it mode, right? Because I think a lot of us, right, obviously going into this field, we're doing it because we love it and because we want to help people. But then that can be kind of like, misconstrued of like we're supposed to be fixing them and we're not, right? We're supposed to be empowering the client to make the decisions that they need to better their lives, right? So I think for me that it resonates with me because I'm like, that's right. I'm not a fixer. I can't fix their problem. They have to do it themselves.
No, exactly. Like I feel that same way too. And I know, at least for me, before I ever started like therapy on for myself, I used to think that way that like, oh, the therapist is like the expert. They know they're gonna tell me exactly what to do, and I'm gonna just follow, and it's just they're solving it. They're solving my problem. And when I did actual therapy and like it was more collaborative, I felt like how you said empowered. I definitely felt more empowered to take charge and like and also like just have my input heard from the therapist. So I definitely see where that's so beneficial for the clients and our future clients that we see.
Yeah. How did you guys feel about social constructionism?
Yeah, there's a part I particularly like. It's about saying the assumption is we can change one's language and description of a problem, which will alter how it is experienced. I just feel it's so powerful. Like when we're having a very flexible approach, we can help the clients to understand. So what they experience don't have to always just like be like no cannot changed, but even like what already happened may bother them, but if they can change how they are like describing what happened, maybe use a different view or perspective, maybe more positive or like have some like fun put inside or growth that will change how they actually experience something maybe bad to something not as bad, neutral or even like a little maybe fun or funny. So I just feel it's so hopeful.
No, yeah, I like that part too. I think also just the whole concept of it, right? Like understanding that it's not just an internal issue, it's societal, right? It's all based on different external factors and not just like, oh, it's only inside like that client's like small, like it's just the client basically. I don't know if
Yeah,
I
I think
described that right.
no, it makes sense. I think that's like an important aspect to apply to whatever theory or model that you use. And I think that's where, like, in the model charts, you have that part in the bottom where it's like, how does diversity play a role into it? And a lot of the time with like all the other old models, like you don't have that social constructionism piece because the clients that did come to seek therapy back then were majority white, right? So it's sort of like now we have to keep in mind always the social and cultural context of our clients. And I think that's what I like a lot about postmodernism because it is a collaborative approach. You learn from your clients and then they learn from us, of course. So it's like a really good like I don't know, collaboration between the two.
Like working
Yeah, like
as a
therapy
team.
based on like multiple realities, right? Like kind of like that saying of like two things can be true, right? So I feel like that's
Mhm.
kind of how it is, right? Because it's going to be shaped by your intersectionality, right? Like culture, language, and everything that's around. And just because you feel a particular way right now doesn't mean that that can't change if the status quo changes, right? So like I think for myself the way that I kind of had to think about it is in the political climate that we are right now, right? And since um the last couple of weeks it's like your feet getting fed all these different things, right? And at the beginning it was very overwhelming because that's what was happening at the time, right? And I kind of had to be like, okay, um it's just distraction, it's noise, right? Let's see and wait what really is going to happen rather than freaking out about something that maybe not be possible. And then now I look at it and it's like, okay, my view and my feelings changed from 2 weeks ago when I was stressed out and I'm just like, oh my God, what's going to happen to the world, right? So I like that part of it too, because it can change based on what they're feeling.
Yeah, like how we make meaning of things is like also like being influenced by many factors like what you're sharing just right now. Like when like situation change or even our like mood change, everything can be like updated. So yeah, I think that flexible, like also keep therapists to be open-minded to help clients, not like judging them, oh, why you're not following the only one truth, but to understand like everyone they have like numerous truths that we
Yeah.
can both discover and understand and support and even rewrite the truth with them. It's just
Mhm. No, yeah, like it's that whole helping the client see, right, that there's like external factors into play and it's not just that one truth or that like solely like on them. It's helping them see that broader context, right, of everything.
Yeah.
good discussion.
Yeah. Any final thoughts, anyone? Nope.
No.
I like postmodernism. I do
Yes,
like it.
like I think this is my favorite because I like the
Yeah.
flexibility. I don't like to be like feel like I'm in a box and like I can only do these things, right? So I this one I think is my favorite because I mean I get the models are important, right? And you know, kind of like our foundation of it, right? And I feel like now with learning all these new approaches is just kind of like more tools in our tool belt, right?
And I'm feeling
Exactly.
like learning all about these, I'm like, okay, I think this is my thing. I think
Yeah,
this
like
is
is this
where
me? Yes.
I get this. I get this a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that flexibility of just being able to like take everything and mix it and then, apply it.
Yeah. I love our discussions. Thank you
Same.
guys for all your input.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys.